Come with me to have a tour of my 8-bed holiday home that makes me over £140,000 a year. This is a cracker. Welcome inside my 8-bed holiday home. Come and have a look round with me. So this house is called Red Main House. It used to be a doctor's house where the doctor used to live in the big village of Kirkby Stephen. And when I came to buy it, I bought it off 2 teachers that were running it as a B&B. And they were only running 4 rooms because it was a bit of a lifestyle business. So 4 rooms as a B&B. And my vision was to buy it and to run it as one big holiday home, which is what it is today. Kirkby Stevens within the Lake District region is really a sought after region for holidays because you're right in the middle of everything. So for families looking to get away for a big weekend, a summer, the amount of things you can do around here, it is the perfect location. So growing up, like most people, I lived in just a normal little house, and it was always my dream to own something as beautiful as this. I mean, this is grade 2 listed, 8 bedrooms. It's absolutely stunning. Always my dream. I just didn't think I would be able to own one, and how on earth would I be able to buy it, afford to run it? That's where I discovered serviced accommodation. So serviced accommodation is Airbnb. It's short-term let. So it's where you have properties, and instead of renting them out to a tenant or living in them, what you do is you put them on booking.com, Airbnb, and you get guests to stay. So you don't have tenants, you have guests. They come and stay per night, and they pay you a price for having the house for a night. It's called license to permit. And then over the course of a month, say you've got 30 nights occupied, 100% nights occupied, you're going to make a lot of money. This breaks even at about 10 nights occupied. So 10 nights will pay its mortgage, utilities, everything. After that, it's just pure profit. This room is the dining room, which is one of the parts of the house that was added on later. So in the 14th century, they built the back of the house, and this was more in the Edwardian Victorian era. They built this first part of the house. So this contains a dining room. Love the panelling, and it's enough to sit 16 people if you were all dining together as one big family. Because this is 8 bedrooms, sleep 16, so we have to make sure we can cater for 16 people, and of course, the odd baby. So this room is one of the biggest living rooms I have been in. It is giant. So how did I find this absolutely stunning property? So this was actually on Rightmove, but not Rightmove normal houses. It was on Rightmove commercial, and it was being advertised as a B&B. So for someone to come and run it as a B&B. But as I looked through the photos and I looked at how the house was set up, I was like, oh my gosh, this would make one amazing holiday let for big families to come together, enjoy the house on weekends. It doesn't need to be a B&B because I don't want to live here. I don't want to run it. I don't want to give people breakfast and have people stay. I want big groups of people to come and stay as one holiday home. So I contacted through Rightmove Commercial, the agent, came to view, met the previous owners, and was able to put the deal together. So this is the snug, what we call the snug. Originally, the B&B owners used to use this as their living room, but we call it a little bit of a snug now, and it leads you off into the kitchen. So one of the challenges when I was coming to buy this property is, how do I fund it? I didn't have loads of money sat in the bank to buy an £825,000 property. So I had to come up with some creative financial solutions. Now, as a C1 property, it needed a very specialist lender to come in and lend on it. NatWest Bank agreed to lend on it as a C1 property, running as a big holiday let. The challenge is I needed a deposit. Now, NatWest wanted 35% deposit. So how was I going to get this? Well, I used a private investor. So I got a private investor to lend the deposit into my company. My company then had the deposit, and the investor had like a corporate loan note. NatWest Bank funded the rest. I was able to run it generate the bookings, because I took the income from, they were turning over about, I think, 40,000 a year, and I've took it to 140,000 a year, which allowed me to raise a bigger mortgage on it, which would pay back the investor, pay back the bank. I've now got a new commercial mortgage, but this property pays for itself and profits really lovely. This is one of my favourite parts of the house. It's the kitchen. So this originally was the B&B owner's kitchen, and where they'd make breakfast and take it into the dining room for everybody. And now it's used for the big holiday home. It's got heated floors. When they bought the property, they put the kitchen in, so I've not put this kitchen in, but I think it's so in keeping with a grade 2 listed 8-bed house, isn't it? It's stunning. So what we're planning to do is, we've been running this property for about 4 years now, and it does need a bit more of a refurb. We need to touch areas up, sort things out. The plan is, that's the back games room, and it's actually got a separate access to it. So the plan is, we're going to lock that off for the rest of the house. We're going to make that into a 1-bed apartment for our staff to come and live in, because we're going to have someone here full time. Lock that bit off. The guests can have the whole rest of the house, and we're going to move the games room into one of the front rooms because this house is so big. So we do need to shut it down. We need to wait till the season's over. So January is the best time to shut it down. We can decorate, paint, upgrade the property to keep it up to standard, because you need to do that to keep your guests coming. And we can create the 1-bed apartment in there, ready to go for next year. So this is our guest book, and it's got all the information about Redmayne House for our guests. So you've got Wi-Fi, how to work the heating, oven, hot tub, games room, everything you need is in here. And we do it with our welcome basket, and most importantly, in this whole thing, is the keys to the hot tub room. I mean, you don't want to miss out on the hot tub. Most people don't realise in Airbnbs, you put a hot tub in, you can earn an extra £50 to £100 a night from just having a hot tub. Because again, people want to go away and they want experiences. And hot tubs are what most people don't have at home. So being able to come to a holiday cottage with one is a great thumbs up. So one of the things you need to know when you're doing Airbnb strategy is how to price the property. What are you going to sell it for? Now, there's 2 ways people do this. One way is compete with competitors, price it around the same that they're doing or a bit lower so you get the bookings. But that's the wrong mentality, because you'll be full, but you won't be making as much profit. So I look at what my competitors are doing to gauge what they're charging, if they're charging extra for dogs. You know, do they discount for 7 days and make it higher for 3 days? So I have a look at what they're doing, and then I price mine a little bit higher. Why? Because when they're sold out, mine's available, it means they're gone, but I can be booked. Now, I don't get 100% occupancy. I typically get around 75%, but I make more money because my bookings are at a higher rate, which means I'm making more. And because I've got less people, it's less cleaning costs. So it's better to be less occupancy but higher than full occupancy where you're busy all the time but you've got all the costs. So this house is 8 bedrooms. So we've done a mixture of double beds and single beds. So this is one of our single bedrooms, which is absolutely stunning. So we've got the 2 beds, a little bit of a wardrobe, and we've kept some of the furniture in keeping with the house. We've got dressing table, and then we've got a beautiful ensuite. Every single bedroom in this property has its own bathroom ensuites. So having a games room in a house is really important. This is going to be moved to the front of our house, and this will become the 1-bed apartment for someone to stay in. Bit of a duplex. It's got a bedroom upstairs and it's going to have the living room here. But you need to entertain your guests. They're no longer looking for somewhere just to come away for the night. They want to be entertained. They want experiences. So having the pool table, we've got dartboard, we've got a TV for sports. Having this and a hot tub area, an outdoor barbecue, just brings the house more to life, and you will get more bookings. So I live over 3 hours away from this stunning property. So how do I manage it? So I outsource all the management to a managing agent, and we have housekeepers that live in the area that look after this property. Now, it does cause some issues because sometimes the managing agent or the housekeepers don't look after it like you would, but it frees up a lot of my time so I can go and build more on my property business. You get two types of property investors: people that work in their business and do the work themselves, or people that work on their business. And I prefer to work on my business. So outsource to a management agent that deal with all the bookings, the guests and housekeepers that can deal with it. Then I get to come maybe once, twice a year and just check everything's in order. But that means daily I'm not having to run it, deal with guests, clean it. I'm busy making more money on my next property deal. So for running an Airbnb type property, like something like this, you need to have the right planning use class. This was already a C1 when I bought it, which C1 is hotels, B&Bs, because it was a B&B. Now, under the C1 class, instead of running it as a B&B, I can run it as one big holiday home. So it had the correct planning. There's no licenses that you need here in the Lake District, but you'll have to check your area whether you need a license. And then making sure it's the right health and safety to run it, so guests come and they can be safe. But people think this is really complicated. It's not really. The second reason why people don't do this is how to fund it. So with this property, what I did was I got an investor to fund the deposit, and I got NatWest Bank and came and give me the rest. So I borrowed money from an investor, and it was a corporate loan into my limited company, which bought this. So deposit from the investor, mortgage the rest of it, boom, I've got the property using none of my own money. Then what I did is I ran the property to make money, and then I could get a commercial valuation on the property, which paid back the investor and paid back the bank. And now I've still got the property, none of my own money, the investor's paid off, I've got the mortgage to pay, which is paid from the guests coming to stop. And this property makes over £4,000 a month net profit. So this is a priest hole. There is no room in the house that goes to that window. So when you go right to the top of the house, to the top of the stairs, you pull back the carpet, open the floorboards, and you can get in. So back in the day, when Henry VIII was hunting all the priests, they would hide the priest in there. The priest would be able to view out, but no one would know he was there. This is where the priest would hide back in the day, look. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy that this thing still exists in this grade 2 listed house, and it's been here all the time. Like, insane. The only thing is, there's a lot of spiders, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no! Oh, thank you.
Oh, I've got all the cobwebs.
Oh, am I covered? Oh, I am! Just one of these properties could replace your full-time income. Most people in the UK, the average salary is £36,000 a year. This could replace two people's average salary for what you can make from it. So I've explained today how this holiday home not only pays for itself, but also funds my lifestyle too. Now, if you like the sound of that, click the link below, come and join me on my free 90-minute training where you'll get my exact step-by-step blueprint of how to find these, fund them, run them efficiently. I don't do any of the work. I don't clean. I don't deal with guests. It's all outsourced. I just retain the profits. Like the idea of that? Come and join me. I can't wait to get you started.